Halo semuanya, welcome to Postingan 80.
Enjoy,
kuy! Jadi Postingan 80 itu podcast singkat anak 80. Jadi perkenalin, saya Ben.
Saya Cynthia Mariska.
Jadi kita ada kedatangan tamu istimewa nih guys.
Ada Ibu Nadia.
Saya Nadia dari Japro.
And Miss?
Hai Aina.
Okay, first of all, we welcome you to Indonesia and to our school. We're really glad that we get the chance to face talking in this podcast room. Who would have expect that, right? Okay. When did you start noticing that you like being in the racing field?
So I think it was actually more of the travelling part that I enjoyed. I have watched motorsport since I was quite young, but I didn't think that I could have a career in motorsport. Growing up, I was female, and it was quite male dominated. But then when I wanted a job that would also allow me to travel the world, and the job came up in Formula E, and I thought it was a great opportunity to be able to be in a motorsport field and environment, but also, as I said, get to travel to all of these different host cities. So I think from quite a young age I had an interest in motorsport, and it was only as I got older I realised there are opportunities within motorsport for us available.
Keren ya cewek jadi masuk ke racing field
Bener,
gitu, benar-benar menginspirasi banget ya.
Betul, emang walaupun kebentur ya, karena motorsport ini lebih ke olahraga
laki-laki ya, rata-rata gitu sih. Oke.
Mungkin aku punya pertanyaan sedikit buat Ibu Nadia.
Siap.
Kalau aku pribadi kan tahu ya, kayaknya F1 ini emang FI ini salah satu program yang bisa dibilang cepat dadakan. Bisa dibilang gitu nggak sih Bu? Kalau aku nih yang awam kayak ngeliat itu dadakan tiba-tiba udah jadi aja nih gitu.
Not actually sudden.
Iya.
It's been last year. We've run it since 2020, but since the pandemic, we postponed it until now.
Okay.
When the pandemic has slowing down.
Okay.
If there's no pandemic and there's no shutdown, we were supposed to have it last year.
Okay.
At the same month, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yes.
Oke, jadi ternyata teman-teman yang mungkin belum tahu, ternyata aku salah guessing juga ya. Itu nggak tiba-tiba jadi aja nih, mungkin emang yang ke-up di media tiba-tiba ada gitu, baru explode itu sekarang. Cuma ternyata persiapannya udah dari 2020 gitu, dan akhirnya mulai diselenggarakan di tahun ini ya Bu akhirnya.
Because of the pandemic.
Ya, karena ketutup pandemi.
Yang selanjutnya ya. How do you prepare the athletes before the competitions?
So I think it happens all year round, the preparations, particularly with testing and simulators and regular training to make sure that they continue to keep their fitness levels up, that they understand the technology of the car, the different circuits that we race. But then actually when it comes to race week, it's a lot of just focusing on their duties. They have a few different driver duties relating to media, but apart from that, they really are focusing on just their own training. We have shakedown and some free practices which get them to learn the circuit and test the car, find the corners, really get to know the circuit to make sure that they understand all of the technicalities, and get a plan for how they are going to approach the E-Prix. And then you'll notice on the grid, they're not talking to anybody, they're really concentrating and focusing on the race, because they are very ambitious drivers, they're very strong, they're just basically getting into the zone of the E-Prix.
Out of curiosity,
yes.
You said you were talking about fitness of the drivers, right? When you're talking about fitness, is it like a physical fitness? So you have to be like the other athletes who's not running the driving, or
so they need a general level of fitness, and they also need to be under a certain height and weight limit.
Height and weight.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Jelasin.
Jadi ternyata atlet yang pebalap aja itu ada latihan fisik ya. Harus jaga berat badan dan tingginya juga harus sesuai ya.
Diukur terus, dan tadi kayaknya yang dikutip sedikit dari Kak siapa?
Ayana.
Belum
Ayana.
Kayak Ayone nih emang dia persiapannya juga ngecek lapangan race apa?
Sirkuitnya
gitu. Jadi nggak cuma fisik aja tapi
ada
tetap
test
tuh ya
drive.
test drive. Oh ya kak, kak.
Iya.
Oh ya kakak Nadia. Seperti pengalaman yang sudah-sudah gitu ya, bukan sudah-sudah sih, mungkin yang terdekat dari MotoGP kali ya, bisa disamakan nggak? Karena sama-sama sirkuit gitu ya. Tapi yang aku lebih penasaran nih, apakah ada permasalahan tentang race yang basah, hujan dan segala macamnya seperti di kejadian MotoGP gitu? Apa ada perbedaan?
It's different kind of race.
Okay.
With MotoGP,
Yes.
MotoGP, it's also different in terms of the circuit as well.
Yeah.
Do we really worried about the raining and everything? No.
Oke. So kita nggak perlu
No, not at all. Because
makan.
because the track has been designed.
Okay.
It is has a lot of drainage,
Okay.
and it is super.
Weatherproof. It's
Yes,
like
super
weatherproof.
cool. So, like the other infrastructure that Japro has been built, it's sustainable.
Yeah.
It has a drainage that we call it a zero runoff normally.
Okay.
So it's good. It's a good one. Yeah.
And Formula E are used to in all weathers
Okay.
racing.
That's cool.
The tyres are all weather, so they don't need to change tyres.
Mhm.
We've been to somewhere like Hong Kong where we have lots of rain, Diriyah where it's the dry desert, Santiago where the track reaches over 40 degrees. So yeah, they can kind of race on quite a lot of.
Yeah. So
Right.
you don't have to worry because it's electric.
Yes.
If it's
Oh,
got into the rain, it will be blown up. No,
Mhm.
of course
Okay.
not.
Safety.
Oke.
and it's environment friendly, right?
Yes.
Ya.
It's all about it.
Yeah.
The way we manage the race, from the cars, from the track, from the event management itself. Like Ione can talk about it a lot, how the event is being handled, as well as gender equality.
Yeah.
You can talk about it?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, sustainability is very important to Formula E. It was one of the reasons why the championship was created, and what makes us different to all of the other championships, like MotoGP. So we have a certification called ISO 20121. It's an international accreditation that basically means us as a championship plan our events in a completely sustainable way. So we have sustainability managers in Formula E, but also in Jakpro. So we work directly together to make sure that all of the areas of the event are completely sustainable. So as Nadia mentioned, from the event planning and organisation, relating to things like waste management as an example. So yesterday we visited a recycling centre where our waste is going to go after, because we want to make sure that we are managing our waste properly.
Okay.
But also things like community engagement, the social elements, so like we're doing today, visiting schools and lots of different elements. We're also hosting a community tour tomorrow, so to really involve the local community and have a positive impact, hopefully, on the Jakarta Re-Prix. So yeah, as Nali said, it's very important to Formula E, and it's in our DNA, we say.
Yeah. We also have girls on track.
We do, yes,
Wow.
exactly. So that's an initiative. It's for girls between age 8 and 18 years old. So they can basically experience all of the different elements of being in a motorsport championship. So not just the race karting and the simulators, but also they will do workshops on science and engineering, fitness and nutrition, health and road safety, the environment and sustainability, so they can really understand all of the different careers that are available to them within the motorsport field. So they could come in and be a journalist or a nutritionist for a team or a media person. They can have lots of different careers, and they also then will get to see it in action as well, so get to see the pit lane and meet some of the people behind the action. So yeah, that's a program that it's the third Girls on Track of this season. And yeah, we run this to hopefully inspire and educate more females into the motorsport championships generally.
In
Wow.
such a young age.
Iya.
Ya, ini kita
16.
banyak banget inspirasi ya. Kalau di tempat yang kayak racing itu ternyata nggak cuma buat cowok.
Terus ada
Kita-
apa aja?
Bisa buat cewek juga.
Bisa buat cewek juga ternyata. Umurnya
Iya.
berapa tadi?
Umurnya dari 8 sampai 18 tahun.
Wow,
Gila
18
sih.
tahun. Biasanya anak di sini 88 tahun tuh ngapain gitu?
8
Masih
tahun
main
ngapain
kelereng.
ya?
Masih main kelereng.
Main game.
Cuma kalau di sini ya kan dia udah bisa racing.
Iya,
Keren
keren
banget ya
banget.
ternyata ya. Wow, amazing.
So be proud.
Yes,
and
be
Yes.
proud.
City is having this huge
Yes.
event.
Betul, kita harus bangga ya.
Kita bangga banget sama sekolah
Bangga
kita, bener-bener keren banget. Kita sekolah kita ini yang kepilih loh. You choose our school and we're so happy about it.
Iya. Karena
So,
kita dipilih juga bukan sekadar dipilih, tapi
iya, banyak
memang
prestasi
sekolah.
sekolah kita.
SMA 80 ini salah satu sekolah di Wisata Mandiri yang mana
Betul,
emang
betul.
kita gencar sama isu-isu lingkungan sosial atau lingkungan kehidupan ya. Terlebihnya juga sekolah ini jadi salah satu sekolah percontohan juga
Iya,
dan segala
percontohan,
macam
benar-benar.
gitu.
Sekolah
Jadi,
ini benar-benar zero plastic waste.
betul, kita emang sangat amat mendukung Go Green.
Ya, go green.
Seperti FI juga ini, Formula E juga ya,
Yes.
mendukung Go Green ya. Itu kalau bisa lebih dijelaskan lebih.
It's not only go green, it's
Yeah.
a green prix.
Oke.
Green Prix. Fotonya keren banget.
Green
Indonesia is now
Prix.
going into a green prix area. Everything has to be green. It's for
Okay.
our legacy,
Yeah.
for you guys later on, and for the children
Yes.
after this.
Oke.
I want to ask you about have you have any favorite experience in competitions somewhere?
I
What
think
country?
Yeah, well, I think my favourite highlights are always in the countries where really I haven't been before and like the new experiences. Hong Kong was a really
Hong Kong.
cool
Yeah,
one
Hong
for
Kong,
me, and
yeah.
just in terms of the culture and the people. I'm sure that Jakarta will be a highlight too after this
Yes,
weekend.
yes,
Because it's
yes.
really it's something new, and it's really like the people are all very friendly and really happy to see us and really welcoming, and it just makes the experience so much nicer for us coming into a country and for it to be so welcoming, and it just makes us also really happy to return for the next
Yeah.
few years as well at least. So that's that for me.
Mantap
It's
keren ya.
really cool
Gue
ya.
ngerasa nih gue sebagai orang Jakarta tuh bangga banget Ben.
Bangga
Kenapa gue
banget.
bilang bangga? Karena kita salah satu yang dipilih ya.
Iya.
Dari seluruh banyaknya kota di Indonesia,
Benar,
kenapa
benar.
Jakarta?
Di
gitu?
Indonesia, no, di dunia.
Di dunia,
dunia.
bahkan di dunia.
Iya.
Bu, ini skala kecilnya Indonesia, ini bahkan di dunia. Ini didatengin ke sini aja tuh, waduh. Syukur alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah banget ya benar-benar. Is it hard to maintain achievements and other things
Do you mean in like my personal life
in personal life and maybe the athletes?
and the athletes?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the athletes particularly, I think, hopefully winning races in Formula E is definitely achievements, and they use Formula E as a sort of step ladder up to other championships such as F1. So I think yeah, they have hopefully a great time on the podium, and we have lots of different winners every race as well. We're not like other championships where there's a specific team or driver that sort of stays ahead. They're very equal opportunities. The whole elements of qualifying has been set up to make it very fair and a very good competition. So we always get lots of different drivers. Winning the podiums basically, and we have a lot of gaps in the calendar where a lot of our drivers also race in other championships too, so they can keep their career and hopefully get quite a lot of achievements that way.
Jadi benar-benar atletnya ini banyak kesempatan ya, benar-benar sama rata tiap pertandingan. Ini keren banget.
Oke.
Benar-benar
Ah.
bakat gitu ya.
Mungkin kalau dia tadi kan nanyanya tentang atlet dan segala
Iya.
macam, mungkin I have a question for you. How's about the weather?
And what about the circuit?
Yeah.
Your first impression.
Yeah.
First impression.
The weather, first of all, I mean, I love that I'm in an air-conditioned room right now because I spend most of the time
Okay.
sweating.
Yeah.
It was very similar in Santiago, but I think it's the humidity here, which is also like frizzy hair.
Yeah.
So yeah, the weather is difficult, but I'd rather it be hot than cold. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the circuit is amazing. Like it's really good. I'm really excited to to see how it looks even today or tomorrow because it's changing every day so quickly.
Yeah.
The event goes up so quickly. So, but it's a really good circuit. It's really nice, and I'm sure the drivers will like it too because I think there's quite a lot of interesting turns, which will make for hopefully an interesting race. And even if there is a bit of rain, that also makes it even more interesting. So let's see what happens on Saturday.
Oke. Jadi teman-teman kalau yang nggak ngerti ya sama. Enggak, ada terjemahan kok.
Ada terjemahannya
Iya,
kok,
iya.
santai.
Emang dia ngerasa di cuaca di sini sedikit sulit untuk dia untuk beradaptasi
Untuk
gitu.
adaptasi.
Karena ya seperti yang kita tahu ya Inggris dinginnya
Inggris
seperti
dingin
apa tiba-tiba
banget.
dia datang ke Warakas. Gitu teman-teman, bayangin dia boleh datang ke Warakas ya rasanya kayak gitu. Ya wajar lah ya.
Iya, wajar.
Tapi gue suka dia ngejelasinnya tuh kayak tetap excited.
Tetap excited. Ya, benar.
Walaupun
Walaupun
How about
kepanasan.
the athletes gitu?
oh ya, how
Apa
about
di atlet?
Yeah.
The weather.
I think they struggle a bit more because there are so many layers.
Wear
So many
suits.
layers.
Yeah, you'll
Yes,
see them
yes.
again just before the Ypres under umbrellas,
Uh-huh.
like to keep themselves as shaded as possible, drinking drinking enough water, but not too much because they're in a car
Yeah.
for 45 minutes and one that. So I think that they do struggle, but I think that they're used to it by now. They have probably been in lots of championships and they're always having to wear lots of layers. Under their race suit, they have to wear a sort of flame retardant suit just in case there is a fire. A lot of layers that keeps them very warm.
I'm 22 years and still struggling about the weather. So
Oh, really? Okay. So it doesn't get any better then.
Can I ask you, maybe you can inspire the younglings? What is the key to being a champion?
I think really having belief in yourself
Yeah.
and your end goal of what you want to do. You can only do that for yourself. So until you have belief in yourself, and then you really should be determined and motivated to reach that goal and not to give up. I think that's the main thing, is just don't give up. Keep trying.
Yeah.
You might come into some hurdles, but that shouldn't stop you. That should make you stronger,
Yes.
and you just keep going. And I think that's the most important thing, the mindset, having a really positive mindset,
Okay.
and to keep going.
Benar ya, kita pokoknya masih muda ini jangan gampang nyerah.
Betul,
Pokoknya
jangan gampang
kuncinya.
nyerah, terus pikiran kita harus positif,
Positif,
gitu dan
semangat
yang
terus.
paling penting itu emang percaya sama diri
Iya,
sendiri.
percaya
sih,
diri
kalau bisa.
sendiri.
Walaupun kadang-kadang kepedean gitu ya.
Iya, mending kepedean sih daripada ngomong gimana.
Iya.
I have question
Okay.
for you guys.
It's good.
I'm sorry.
How many exhausts do you think the Formula E has?
Wow. Everybody juga.
Gak tahu.
How many?
Exhaust.
How many?
Berapa ya? Banyak banget loh.
Berapa knalpotnya di mobil Formula E? How many exhaust?
Wait.
Gak pernah perhatiin ya?
It's fundamental.
Oh, listrik ya? No.
Oh,
Electrical.
Oh, Ben.
No.
No. Because itu pakai listrik.
Yeah.
Tenaganya
yes,
listrik.
Yes.
jadi
yes.
pakai listrik jadi nggak ada
Ya,
knalpot.
jadi nggak perlu
Zero
knalpot.
carbon.
Zero carbon.
Oh ya.
That's
Ada
what we
Ben.
call
I
the
should have
zero
thought
less
about that.
emissions.
Yes.
Zero emissions.
Yes.
Oh.
Mobil listrik tidak ada knalpotnya. Tadi ada contoh mobil listrik
Iya,
yang
iya.
ada seharusnya dikelilingin di mana knalpotnya.
Iya.
Tidak pakai knalpot saudara-saudara.
Iya itu
Adik-adik
penasaran
semua.
banget itu dipajang itu loh.
Iya.
Buat teman-teman ini pertanyaan menjebak.
Iya.
It's a fact.
Ya benar,
It's a
benar,
fact,
benar,
ya,
benar.
Fun fact ya, fun
So,
fact.
Fun fact.
No exhaust means clean air.
Iya.
Yes.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
have to encourage electric car.
Iya.
So the air will be clean.
Ya.
Yes, no
For the
pollution.
green, yes.
Zero pollution.
Ya semoga 10 tahun ke depan udah
Ya,
makin
udah.
banyak
Udah banyak perubahan ya.
yang pakai tenaga listrik ya.
The car.
Yes.
Iya,
charging.
how long?
How long the car is being charged?
Being charged?
They get charged for about an hour just before the race.
An hour?
Only for the race.
Yeah,
An hour?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
it's fast
Fast
charging.
charging.
yes.
The technology has
Wow.
been improved now.
Yes. So
Okay.
at one point in the championship, every driver had 2 cars, and they had to park in the garage halfway through and swap cars
Oh,
because
okay.
even the battery has moved. It's much more efficient now. So the range of the battery, it now only needs one car. But like the technology has moved so much in the last 7 or 8 years, and the whole time that the championship has been existing.
Mind blowing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's one of the good things about Formula E. That's why we have a lot of manufacturers within that, because they will use our cars as a test for their own technologies, and then a lot of these manufacturers put it into the electric vehicles that you will see on the roads. So they test it in the championship and they improve it, and then it goes into their own electric vehicle line that we can then purchase. So it's making improvements in electric vehicles generally.
I hope everything succeeds well.
Yeah.
This is very good for our world, right?
Berarti tuh gak cuma satu mobil ya Bu Nadia?
No, this season the newest generation, one racer only need one car.
Oke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oke.
We have 22 racers, so there will be 22 cars. In the previous generations, there are maybe 44 cars because one racer has to swap harus ganti mobil.
Iya.
Because of the battery
44
running out.
cars.
So now, because of the efficiency of the battery, baterainya makin canggih.
Iya.
Sekarang bisa holding listrik yang lebih lama dan bisa ngebut lebih cepat. Itu
Oke.
jadi satu baterai udah lebih tipis, lebih ringan, ngecasnya lebih cepat, jalannya lebih kebut-kebutannya lebih seru.
Lebih seru.
Nanti kalau didengerin bedanya Formula One racer mobil sama yang ini nggak ada bunyinya. Bunyinya tuh beda.
Karena elektrik ya.
Because it's electric.
Wah, saya pengen banget tuh Bu ke situ Bu. Kira-kira saya mau band nggak bisa
Boleh nonton nggak ya? Bisa kali ini.
Saya pengen dengerin Bu gitu.
Yeah, next year make sure you buy the tickets.
Sold out.
Sold out.
You still have the Ancol Festival, but there's a
From Jis. From the top of Jis.
Yes.
From the Jis.
Kalau nggak di flyover ya Bu Nadia ya, ngasih gitu ya. Oh, gak ada bunyinya nih gitu.
Iya,
oke.
Sorry katanya.
Iya, jadi emang udah habis tiketnya.
But you can still go to Ancol Festival
Yeah.
and see it from the big huge screen.
Oke,
Oh.
nobar ya Bu ya.
Experience,
Yeah.
nobar. So this is the first time in your life. The ticket is not expensive. It's only 250,000.
Oke.
You can get into Ancol. You can go into all the permainan in wahanas. You just go in and then you can also watch the racing
Wow.
together. Also, you can also see many musicians like Padi, Kota,
Oh,
performing live.
waduh.
Gitu.
Jadi lebih kayak festival.
Yes.
Oh, oke.
They'll be
Wah.
performing live there.
Menarik.
So yes, you guys join us.
Okay.
I think it's
Ancol.
Boleh,
go
boleh,
join
boleh.
us to Ancol. I think it suits your budget from your mummies.
How many tickets?
Okay.
How many tickets?
Satu 250,000.
Iya. Yang dijual berapa?
Ribu.
Berapa?
Totally.
Total 60,000 ticket.
Wow.
Yeah,
Sold out.
sold out. Tapi yang di
Festival?
you still can have it. I think we still have around 2,000 tickets.
Masih ada kesempatan.
Masih ada kesempatan.
Masih ada kesempatan.
Betul.
Kalau nggak dapat telepon Japro minta.
Iya.
Bisa.
Singgung-singgung dikit nih. Boleh kali.
Ya.
Semua beli di Goers App ya. Hanya bisa di Goers App. Nanti kalau on the spot harus ke Ancol yang untuk
Tiket,
festival tiket.
Terima kasih informasinya, Kak Nadia. Thank you so much. So, maybe the last thing I want to ask is, how's your experience going to our school?
I mean, it has been an amazing experience for us. It was extremely overwhelming, like the welcome that we've had, and I think it's nothing like I've ever experienced before. And we were really humbled and so grateful that it was such a warm welcome, and it's been a lovely day for us today. Really nice to sort of get out of the circuit and to spend some time with the children, and again try some of the local food and drinks that you have kindly gave to us. So
Yes.
yeah, I think amazing experience, and again terima kasih, thank you so
Terima
much.
kasih.
Terima kasih.
I think
Terima
it's
kasih.
enough. I really want to thank you. Thank a lot. You give us so much time. You came here to our school. I really thank you for that. Actually. Jadi mungkin Udah ya, segini
Iya,
aja.
Iya,
Mungkin see you.
Gak usah dipaksa, gak usah
See you on the
lama.
next-
Ya, terima kasih.
Terima kasih banyak.
Saya
buat
suatu
waktunya.
kebanggaan nih.
Thank you for
bisa
your time.
Duduk bareng
Yes,
sama
yes. Bangga
Vice
banget.
President.
Yes. It's very cool. Okay, see you in the next episode mungkin ya.
See you.
See you.
Jakarta in Praise.
Ya, Jakarta
Oh,
Express.
yes.
Satu.
See you.
Dadah.
Tanggal 4 Juni, bye.
Tanggal 4 Juni, bye-bye.
Kok nggak dapet Kanco Festival?